Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Ray J coming at you another Basement Boy Productions from the third floor of my basement building, which is my apartment building. About to do a quick lesson on some major chords that you can do. Shift away from the paradigm, from the dynamic of what is commonly referred to as the scale degrees. So I'm gonna go into that, real simple, get you grooving and everything. Let's go to the tone degrees. Higher in the name of Yeshua, we ask you to forgive us for all our sins, continue to cleanse us from all of our unrighteousness. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for another day in the land of living. Thank you for life, health, and strength. Heavenly Father, as we go into this lesson, help me to speak with clarity and help the viewers understand with clarity, Father. And as we water and plant, continue to give the increase. Father, in all things, you'll get all the glory, all the honor, all the praise. For in Yeshua's name we pray. Amen. So I'm being the key of C, and again, this whole lesson is geared around and geared towards showing you major chords. All right, I'm being the key of C. All right, so I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. Real simple. The progression is 1, 6, 2, 5, and from that is our foundation, and then we're gonna build off of it. All right. One, two. I'm playing. I'm gonna add chords now. Let's build. All right. Totally easy, totally simple. So again, the progression is 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. And literally every chord that I just did is a major chord. And all that means is the root note is just the root note, is the root note and the major third. So if you keep this position, so your pointer hand or whatever hand you feel, because I started like this, I like, just in case I need that pointer hand, but you can do like this hand, and your next hand is on the G string, a half step up to the next fret for the whole time. All right. So as we know with the scale degrees and the scale, if you don't know the scale degrees, I did a lesson on it. You can just search, scale degrees. It just means there are 7 notes in a major scale. Each note has a corresponding chord attached to it, or type of sound. So the first one is a major, is either major or minor. So the first note is a major. The 7th, I'm just going down, is a minor. 6 is minor. 5 is major. 4 is major. 3 is minor. 2 is minor. 1 is major. All right, that's just your scale degree, just attaching a major or minor note to it. But what I did, I changed the game. After you got the basics of your scale degrees, I made the 6, which is supposed to be a minor, or which is a minor note in the C scale, or A is a minor note in the C scale. Just talk numbers for you, because numbers, they go everywhere. Even if we're playing in F sharp, it'd be the same thing. The 6 is a minor note, so it deserves a minor chord. But what I did, I made the 6 a major chord. 2 is a minor progression or minor note. It deserves a minor chord, but I gave it a major chord, and 5 stayed the same. So the progression, if I just did it like with the scale degrees, giving it its proper context, it would be like this. Hold on. But I did this. All right. So as you can see, it's a big difference. And if you wanted a song to reference, like You Do in the Morning, Judy McAllister, that's basically the whole song. And that's the song. And they just go to the 3 instead of the 1. All right, so and that's the you just give it that type of context. Or another day that the Lord has, another day that the Lord, another has kept me. I forgot. Another day that the Lord has kept me. All right, so something like that. So let's get back to it. It's already 7 minutes. So the theory behind that is twofold. The first, when you're playing a progression like that, like let's say like a do, when it gets to a 6, sometimes it features that major type of fill, not so much that minor fill. And same thing when you get to the 2. The keyboardist could be playing a 7th chord, so that would be a dominant 7th chord, which sounds like that. All right, and now the second part of that is that we can substitute notes for that progression. So, like I said, with the chord, the 6 is minor, but this chord, when you tie it to what is relative to the C scale, and I think that just sounded so confusing. Mainly, this note is a minor note in the C scale, and this note is a minor note in the C scale. This is the flat 2. So this is a 6, that's a minor note in a major scale, and the flat 2 is a minor note. 2 is a minor note in the major scale. This note right here that makes this major chord, it's a minor note too. This is the flat 5. So you have on the 6, you have 6 in flat 2, then you have 2 in flat 5, which is right here. And you hear this all the time, like shop music. All right, and you also hear it if you're like on the 6, then go to the 5, something like that. Just to give the flat 5 some context. So truthfully, truth be told, whenever you play the 6 in a song that has, like I said, it's all about the feel, because you can't do it for every song. You can play the flat 2 instead of the 6. So like, you could do it for like a do in the morning. And it's like songs like that, that when you go to the 2, it has that type of major fill. So like a do, I'm going to play regularly. 1, now do it. That's the flat 2. Same thing. And that's the flat 5. 1, 6, flat 5, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5. And usually you can use these as passing tones. And that's another way you can play, just off of a major chord, a minor major chord, a minor note major chord. Again, 6 is a minor note, 2 is a minor note, but we're playing a major chord over that. And you could use this note as a passing note, for example. So I'm at the 2. See, and I just use this as a passing note. And I can do the same thing for the flat 5 to the 5. All right, and that's basically and that all brings me back to the chord progression I was playing. And even when I was doing a flat 2 to 2, I was still doing that passing note as the root note. And you just had your thirds up here. All right, so it's just passing notes. So 1, flat 5 to 6, flat 2 to 2, flat 5 to 5, 7, 1. And you could go down as well, and that's what I was doing. These individual notes, I just add chords to them. And you could do the same thing going down. So I say this is going down. No, this is going up to the note. Now we're going down to the note, which is you play the passing note a half step or a whole step if you want higher than your hit note. So all right, that's B flat to A. Alright, and again, all these are major notes. They're all major chords, and it's just a passing note. So, how great is our God? No, that was a bad example. God is great. So you can do that for God is great. It's just a passing note. So God is great. Oh shoot. Oh yeah. And that's God is great. And again, it's the type of song that you want to listen just to see if it connects. And a type of happy song like that, God is great, you can do. I was doing it for the 6 and the 2. All right, and just like the song with "Hang, this Christmas will be a merry." So hang on, mistletoe, we're gonna find you better. I forgot doing. See, that's that. Boom! He just walked up to it. James Jamerson. I think that was James Jamerson. So, fire is the blazing, right? So, violins playing right, and you were carrying through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas. All right. So just trying to give you a different song, but when he did that on the sixth, that's straight Motown. Now, so that's that major chord on the sixth that I was doing. All right. So again, I did 6, major 2, major 5, major 1, major 6, major 2, major 5. Now you can add the passing notes. Flat 7, 1, flat 7, 6, flat 3 to 2, flat 6 to 5. All right. Now you could do flat 2 to 1, flat 6 to 6, flat 2 to 2, flat 5 to 5. Oh. And that's kind of like, it's something you would hear in jazz, that progression. So remember the major chords. Remember the third you can use as a sub. So that third is right here. 2, that flat 5, you can use it. Right. All right. So that lesson was extremely long, but hopefully it was clear and I spoke with clarity. As I speak with the tongues of men and have not clarity, I am become a sounding brass. Am nothing. So it's your boy Ray J. If you have any questions whatsoever, just hit me up. Y'all know I comment. I respond to comments daily. And I can answer any questions that y'all may have. So it's your boy Ray J. Appreciate everyone who's been commenting, subscribing, liking, and sharing. Keep that up. It shows me that just by hitting the like button that you learned something. I don't just do it, for vainglory or anything like that. So this is your boy Ray J. Over and out.